Thank you so much for transitioning with us to your health and you. And this morning, we're going to talk a little bit about the plan 2021 as we embark on this 21 days of fasting and prayer and healing of the body, the mind, and the spirit. And we are going to just briefly talk with you at this juncture about the effects of intermittent fasting on the body and brain that may thwart obesity and chronic diabetes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to realize that fasting is a powerful biblical a physical health concept. We know that Jesus Christ has laid an example for us to follow. And he says that certain things goes not about but by fasting and prayer. Fasting is not only spiritually healing, but fasting is also physically healing. Now, one of the things we want individuals to realize that it transforms your entire being. If you're able to see my screen, you will see that I put up a picture of the human body and the impact of just intermittent fasting. And this is like once per week, twice per month, as the case may be. And what it does to you, it helps to improve cognitive functioning, and it increase what we call those neurotropic factors, increase stress resistance. It helps to reduce inflammation. Now, the genesis of all our problems, ladies and gentlemen, the genesis of all the challenges, the health challenges that we have, they start with inflammation. Inflammation is a good thing, but inflammation can be a bad thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to realize that as you fast, as you change your lifestyle, you will realize that cognitively, you're able to retain, you're able to recall, you're able to carry out activities that otherwise you would not be able to do. There is increased neurotropic factors, meaning that your neurotic system, or your mental ability and the capacity of your neurons to function in an effective way will be improved. And so you have increased stress resistance. Your body, you do not get into distress as you would often enter into without fasting. It also helps to clean up the system. What happens to the heart? It really reduces resting heart rate, which is something that is very, very important for optimal functioning of the heart and just for your overall health. Your blood pressure will be improved significantly because, ladies and gentlemen, the body gets time to rest. And so when it gets time to rest, the body has a way of healing itself. Your stress resistance, as we talk about for the heart, is also increased. Now, what about your fat cells? Oh yes, you are going to burn fats at a better rate. You are going to, lipolysis is going to take place. There is going to be reduced leptin, increased adrenopectin in terms of the fat cells of your body, reduce inflammation again. So on every level, brain, heart, your fat cells, your body will be able to better deal with the excess fat that's there to help you to reduce that overweight that you have been struggling with for some times. Now, the powerful thing is that we need the insulin in your cells, right? We need the insulin in your cells. So as the pancreas, produces that insulin, ladies and gentlemen, you want to realize that insulin really acts like this usher that opens the cells, and it goes right into the cells, because when the cells are blocked off with fats, ladies and gentlemen, they seal off the cells. And that's why many of you are type 2 diabetic, because fat in the body, fat in the diet is really what causes diabetes. So we're talking now about, as you fast, there is increased insulin sensitivity. So there are many of you out there who might be type 2 diabetics. And you're going to find as you make these lifestyle changes, as you're practicing fasting and prayer and the changes that you're doing, there is increased insulin sensitivity in your muscles. And so there is a proper function in the insulin going into the cells, and it's able to flow properly, and there is not a real resistance. It does not go into the bloodstream and just elevate to this astronomical proportion and create a diabetic situation, but it's better able to, you're better able to function. You're going to feel better. It's going to make you a happier and healthier person. There is increased efficiency of your muscles. They are stronger. And there is a reduced inflammation in those muscles and reduced bone inflammation. So it's going to be amazing. The muscle to bone connection will be improved, and you're going to find that you're going to feel less pain, arthritic pain, arthritis, which is really the inflammation of those joints. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to realize that you will see and reap the benefits. Now, think about your intestines. They reduce energy uptake and reduce inflammation, reduce cell proliferation, these fat cells that are all around there, ladies and gentlemen, and creating a havoc, giving you that punch. We're going to find that there'll be a greater control there. There is in your liver increased insulin sensitivity and ketone body protection. And you know that ketones are very, very important for neuro health. You know, neurotoxicity occurs, ladies and gentlemen, when you find yourself, those ketones are not readily available because you are neurotoxic. And so when this diet is going to be, neuroprotective, and ketone production, decrease of the IGF-1 levels, which is going to be a blessing for so many of us. Decrease insulin in terms of your blood. There will be IGF-1 and leptin decrease, increase ketones, increase of your adenopectin and ghrelin is going to be really, really crucial for optimal health of your blood. Your skin, your overall well-being is just going to be improved. Above all, you'll be more focused on Christ, and you will be in tip-top shape. Now, one of the things that I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, as we look at this fast, and as we look at the changes we're making, we want you to know that this is revolutionary at best. We want you to know that this is revolutionary at best. A lot of you have really never done anything like this before. And I can empathize, I can understand to some extent, I can understand where I can appreciate rather where you're at this juncture. It is not easy. It is not easy, but I want you to know that with God, all things are possible. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you, as we share of the effects, so you're going to effects of fasting on the body and the brain, and also its impact on obesity and chronic diseases. You're going to find, ladies and gentlemen, that your blood pressure is not going to be so elevated, because the diet and the lifestyle changes that you're making, it's going to impact your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your body weight. The entire body is going to be impacted. All those major organs and systems that I just highlighted, they will be impacted, and it will have a profound effect on you and your overall well-being. So I encourage you to stick with the program. God has a plan, and his plan for you is perfect, and you will be in good health. Now, one of the things that we normally encourage is just a simple cleanse. And I want, because, saints, you would be amazed. You would be amazed at the toxicity of our bodies. You would be amazed. It takes nothing. We live in environments where there is so much heavy metals. There are so many things that are happening out there that is affecting your health and well-being. And I want you to know that just taking a simple cleanse, it would be a good thing. Some of you, you have different cleanses that you use. That's okay. It's good for you sometime in this 21 days to do a simple flush of the system. And it's very, very helpful. It's very, very healing, and it's very therapeutic. Now, here is what I would suggest as a meal plan, a sort of meal plan for you. Now, if you look here, this is adapted from Heather's plant-based dietitian's plate. And I want you to recognize that I tweak this sometimes for my own benefit, and you can do so too. What we want to encourage you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is fruit, all types. You can consume between 2 to 4 servings of fruit. And an apple in the hand, in the palm of the hand, that's 1 serving. Can fit in your hand, a banana where both of your hands can go over it, that's 2 servings. 6 to 12 grapes, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of how we want you to have 2 to 4 servings of fruit. Now, here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you can do this 2 ways. You can have your fruits in the morning, or you can have them in the evening. There is nothing that says you can't have fruits at dinner time. You can have your vegetables. So if you're doing one in the morning, you do the other in the afternoon. We have done so many times before, where we have our vegetables in the morning. Yes, I tell that to a lot of individuals, and they say, "What? You have that at dinner time?" No, there is no rule that says you have to have fruits in the morning and vegetables at the second meal. Think. There is really no rule that says so. So you can have your fruits in the morning, you can have your vegetables in the morning if you so desire, or in the afternoon. Now, utilize your fruits. I want to encourage you to utilize fruits that are really healing. Your berries and your grapefruit, if you're able to consume grapefruit. I know some individuals may be on blood thinners, you can't do grapefruit and that kind of stuff, but your berries and all your fruits, your apples and your oranges, and we encourage you to get them organic. You can even do smoothies if you want. You can just keep it raw. This is a big part of the raw food, as you will realize, that these are natural raw foods. And so it's going to be very healing towards your body and your health. So your plate should look like this: 2 to 4 servings of fruit. You can have your legumes. And when we talk about your legumes, your beans and your peas and your lentils, you can consume 2 to 3 servings every day. So that's on your plate. If you're going to do that in the morning for your breakfast, or in the afternoon for your dinner, which is lunch and dinner combined, you can do that. You can do your whole grains, such as your brown rice, your barley, your quinoa, your oats, your amaranth, your whole wheat, your whole grain pasta, your sprouted grains. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do these things. Then we want you to include your vegetables. And I know on this, because this is adapted, I know that you will see some fruits in the vegetable section, which should really be over your fruit section. I want you to realize, for example, tomatoes really is a fruit. Avocado is a fruit. Your vegetables are like really your spinach and your broccoli and your cauliflower and all those stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to eat an abundance, especially of your cruciferous vegetables, your Brussels sprouts, your cabbage, those things. Very, very important. Remember, anything that has a seed on the inside or in some cases on the outside, as in the case of strawberries, which is kind of pseudo fruit. It has seeds on the outside. That's all fruits. So we want you to make sure you have your fruits at one meal and your vegetables at the other. And, all types, ladies and gentlemen, eat as much and different colors. I would say a rainbow of colors always is a good rule of thumb. Your high fat whole foods, such as your avocados, your nuts, your olives, your seeds, your whole food, sweetened treats. Someone asked about, this morning, whether dates, if you can find dates occurring in its natural substances, natural form rather, a dairy substitute. So you are eliminating all of those animal-based milks and you're using your oat milk, your almond, your rice, your soy, sparingly, ladies and gentlemen, because what's happening now, soy is exceptionally good. I am a big promoter of soy. I believe soy is good, but here's the big problem with soy right now. About 98% of the soy that's out there is genetically modified. And so we encourage individuals, be very careful. If you can find organic soy, it's fine. But ladies and gentlemen, it's very rare. And even the ones I have proven that they say it's real organic, it really ain't. It ain't, well, it ain't organic, basically. So consume 1 to 2 tablespoons seeds per day. I say basically, I tweak this here. I say a handful of your nuts is fine. And a handful of pumpkin seed at the end of the meal, a handful of almond, a handful of walnut, that's fine. You can use your grounded flaxseed, and we encourage you to ground it daily. You get your omega-3, 6, and 9 there, your hemp, your chia, those are pretty good. Your leafy green vegetables, your collard green, your spinach, your kale, eat at least 2 to 3 servings of that hearty vegetables. And that's kind of how your plate should be looking, ladies and gentlemen. Just eat simple, eat all the system require, and take nothing more. And I want you to know that you're going to experience the blessing. Now, one of the things that I want you to realize is that you need to check out with the cleanse. Now, here is what I recommend. I recommend the castor oil cleanse. It's the black Jamaican castor oil. If you're able to see my screen, you will see that. And you can do, basically, here is the simple recipe here: 4 tablespoons black Jamaican castor oil and a 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed almond juice. If you can take the castor oil by itself, some of you struggle with the oil going down, you can also mix it in the lemon juice and just do 1 sup. A 1-day fast when you're doing this. So it's a 1-day fast and you're drinking a lot of fluids, and you staying home. Hopefully you can stay home. And I want you to know that it should move you. It will move you, and you should have a real good flush of your system, and you're gonna be in a better condition. So that's kind of what I encourage. If you want to do it at the end of the first 7 days, some individuals started with it yesterday, some individuals are going to do it midweek. However your schedule allows, please, 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 you do it accordingly, but it will be good for you to do that cleanse. Yes, somebody said this must be for people who is not on a lot of meds. After 4 hours, I start to have shakes. I'm very nervous to do this diet, and the things you're asking are costly, and I don't eat a lot of it. That's fine, my friend. If you aren't able to do this, do what you can. We understand that because of individuals' health situation, they might not be able, and that's why we encourage you to check with your healthcare provider. This might not be good for you. I was talking with a wonderful prayer partner yesterday, and she said, Pastor, hey, because of my health condition, I can't do this, and I'm going to pray and whatever little, and that's fine. Some individuals have really serious health conditions that would prevent you from making the changes. We understand, and that's why it is your decision. This is not intended to treat or diagnose any condition, and so we want you to make sure that you are in consultation with your healthcare professional. If this is something you cannot do, we understand, and God understands. If you can fast one day for the week, that's fine. If you can make simple changes, that's fine. But let me tell you, when your body have been accustomed to doing things a particular way all your life, some of the things you mentioned will happen. It's the body's reaction to the change. And over time, the body adjusts very well and heals itself. And so I want you to please, please, please make sure you do this in concert with your health situation and the needs of you and your family at this time. So it's a change. It's a new lifestyle. It's God's plan that he has given to his children. And trust me, friends, we know this works. This works. And it is truly a blessing from God. And we thoroughly understand. Someone says that soy is not bad for me. I think they said develops estrogen. Yeah, yes, but good soy, if you look at the research regarding good soy, it's fine. But you know, people who overdo it, of course, find themselves in a little bind. But soy is very good. I'm a believer in soy so long as it is organically grown good soy. It's fine. But what's happening now is that it's almost all genetically modified. And that's the big problem we're having right there with soy. The Asians have used soy for centuries, and they do not have the Okinawans, and they do not have the health situation. It's very protective, preventive, healing for the body. So the research is out there and it's very, very helpful. Yes, it has challenges depending on how it is used or abused. But I want you to know that it is a real blessing. Now, someone asked about the lemon juice. It's a quarter cup of lemon juice, with the 4 tablespoons black Jamaican castor oil. What can we consume during the 1-day fast only? Now, the 1-day fast is really a fast. There is water only, nothing else but water. And thank you for answering that, water only. Some individuals might do coconut water. If you can get good organic coconut water, that's fine. I am not a big promoter of all these bottled ones that are out there. I really believe if you can get those real good jellies, that's fine. Those of you in Florida and elsewhere, you can get those. And maybe some of us in New York, if you go to certain places. But all you'll have during that 1-day fast. So remember now that during the week, you and your partner would have chosen a day that you will fast. This is a complete fast from food. 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen, complete fast. You are going to set aside a time for a holy convocation. It's going to be spent in prayer, going to be spent in reflection in the word. It's fasting. Fasting, ladies and gentlemen, that complete fast, I would discourage you from doing all the other stuff that day. So set it at a time when you will have time to spend time with the Lord. I know some of you, because of work, you might have to juggle things. Understood. But as best as you can, let it be a holy, solemn assembly with the Lord. And yes, coconut oil can be used. It's not on the list of things that we can consume. Someone asked,
Pastor.
for all of you, canola oil, the oils that we are promoting, you know, wheat germ oil. You can use cold pressed organic olive oil. You can use you know, oils that are very, very healthy. We want you to avoid, you can use coconut oil, that's fine. We want you to avoid canola oil in all its form, period. Corn oil, those kinds of oils, we want to be out of the diet because of the severe deleterious effects they have on the system. So we want you to keep it simple and keep it clean. All right. Well, it is beyond our time. We're going to take it bit by bit, but I'm glad you were able to look and to see some of the things that we will be sharing for you to do. I will stop by for a few more questions if you have them at this time. But for now, let me just say a prayer as we transition to our Q&A if you have questions. Father, we thank you for your plan. We thank you for your guidance. We thank you for your direction. It is simply profound, and we know that you have promised to bless your children. And so now as we enter into our Q&A, we ask for direction, we ask for blessings, we pray for each of us individually and as a group that you would prosper your children, you would break through in our lifestyle and in our health. God, we are crying out to you because we are sick, we are struggling. God, if we don't make the changes now, when are we going to make them? And I'm asking you, please give courage to every person on this line. May they not be, may they be undaunted in this quest. May they recognize it's not by might or by power. It's by the Spirit of God. And may you just break through and may appetite be surrendered to you. Master, we ask you for courage. We plead your blessings on your children. We pray for help from heaven. And we ask that you would strengthen them and keep them in the faith is my prayer in Jesus' mighty and powerful name. Amen.
Amen.
And amen.